I was set to marry into one of the most powerful families in the city, but my half-sister, the illegitimate child who'd always been a thorn in my side, was consumed by jealousy. The day before my lavish wedding, she drugged me. As she snuck into my wedding car, she sent her people to plunder my billion-dollar dowry, then grandly took my place, marrying into the prestigious Blackwood family. When I finally came to, I was furious. I found my half-sister, tied her up, and dragged her back. I eventually married into the Blackwood family as planned, only to be thrown into a beggar's den by my husband a year later. His eyes were venomous, his voice cold as ice. If your family's funding wasn't essential, you'd die 1,000 deaths for humiliating Serafina. Now that the Sterling Corporation has fallen, you're worse than a dog. My half-sister, Serafina, stood nearby, a faint smile playing on her lips. Sister, you humiliated me then, now you can pay your penance with the beggars. I've settled comfortably into the role of Mrs. Blackwood. Overwhelmed by the humiliation, I bit my tongue and ended my life. When I opened my eyes again, I was back on my wedding day. I slowly pushed myself up from the bed. It took me an hour to manage the pounding in my head before I opened the door. My mother, leaning on a maid, was just returning. The unshed tears in her eyes, remnants of regret, had barely dried when she looked up and saw me standing at the top of the stairs. She froze, utterly stunned. My father, frowning, was the first to react. Willow, what are you doing here? He pointed outside, his voice filled with alarm. Then who is it that just got into the Blackwood family's wedding car? I clutched my chest, my face a picture of shock. What? Someone already took my place in the wedding car? Last night, Serafina said she'd miss me once she was married, so she lit some calming incense for me. I inhaled a couple of breaths and slept until just now. The lively scene instantly fell silent. Everyone exchanged glances, their expressions a mix of confusion and suspicion. My mother staggered a few steps, nearly fainting, and immediately ordered the servants to seize Nanny Rose, who was trying to slip away in the crowd. Aha! I knew it! During the send-off earlier, she clung to the bride's hand, crying more sorrowfully than I, her own mother. I thought she was some good-for-nothing, but it turns out she's truly the mother of that little beast. My mother's voice dripped with icy contempt. Nanny Rose knelt on the ground, her gaze darting nervously. She stammered, "Madam, I don't understand what you're saying. It's Miss Willow who overslept and missed the auspicious hour. How can you blame my Serafina?" Just as she finished speaking, the butler rushed over, out of breath. "Sir, madam, the Reynolds family's reception party has arrived. They're waiting at the gate." My mother's face hardened. "Where is Serafina? Go and bring her here immediately." I lowered my head, hiding the cold smirk playing on my lips. Where else could she be? On Archer Blackwood's bed, of course. During the wedding negotiations, Archer had insisted on a traditional Western wedding, claiming it honored ancestral customs. He'd even hired a renowned historian to oversee the entire event. The bride was to remain veiled throughout. By now, she had likely completed the ceremony and entered the bridal suite. A quick glance caught the triumphant gleam Nanny Rose couldn't quite hide at the corner of her mouth, solidifying my conviction. This mother-daughter duo truly had it all planned out. Nanny Rose had been our housekeeper years ago, seducing my father and giving birth to Serafina, securing a life of luxury. Now, Serafina had drugged me, taken my place, and married into wealth, effectively sealing the deal. That left me with only one path, to take the wedding she'd rejected, marrying into the Reynolds family. The Reynolds family was a rising star in business over the past 2 years. While they lacked the deep roots of old money, their momentum was undeniable, with their presence felt across various emerging industries. That left me with only one path, to take the wedding she'd rejected, marrying into the Reynolds family. The Reynolds family was a rising star in business over the past 2 years. While they lacked the deep roots of old money, their momentum was undeniable, with their presence felt across various emerging industries. Just as I stepped toward the Reynolds car, the butler rushed in again, pale. "Madam, Miss Serafina, she's already consummated the marriage with Mr. Blackwood." I smiled coldly. "Consummated? Then I'll make her pay for every bit she stole." Click my homepage link to see the follow-up.